running a statewide advocacy group for addictions and recovery. I guess maybe some people might get into it for the fame and the fortune, but as mentioned earlier, it's usually because of a personal connection. And for me, that's being a person in long-term recovery from severe substance use disorder and opioid use disorder. And I don't think that my story is special. I think that a lot of people start off having fun and things got sideways on me. And it came on early. I wasn't able to make it out of high school. I had multiple drug-related arrests in my teenage years by the time I was 21. I had multiple DUIs, and everything was really crashing before it ever began. In my 20s, I'd have these spots of normalcy, but they were always followed by a worse crash. I had a daughter at that time that I barely saw over a couple year span. I would end up inability to maintain employment for several years, and ultimately that having fun and taking pills would lead to homelessness from IV heroin use. And so as Representative Brooks mentioned earlier, it's 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, 5 steps forward, 3 steps back. And so I started this revolving door of treatment. I think I was at 9 inpatient stays, 6 different places. And eventually I got a combination of things that worked well for me. I had a residential treatment facility that promoted evidence-based therapies. I got medication for a chronic brain disease. Got access to social supports, recovery residences, and I began to get healthy. And I was decided at that time that I wanted to be able to give back and use these experiences to help other people. And so I went back to school and got a GED. I went back and got a degree in human services and addictions counseling and got into the treatment field. I helped oversee a treatment provider that programming inside of jails. And I often tell people, I say that, for as much that has changed, a lot is still the same. I still talk about drugs. I still go to jail. And I still stand in front of judges. And what that looks like today is much different. I get to talk about drugs in relationship to recovery. I get to go and work with sheriffs, putting programs inside of their correctional facilities. When I stand in front of judges, it's usually to do things like give updates on clients, or I think the last time I was across the street at the United States Supreme Court with Chief Justice Loretta Rush. So my goal is to give some hope to others in the recovery process. We got to LSC, I had no idea, for somebody that has all the varied experience that I have, I had no idea what civil legal aid was. I was working with Indiana University School of Medicine, training physicians around the state on addictions care. We had addictions doctors, addiction psychiatrists, clinicians, and there was one role in the room I wasn't familiar with. It was actually an attorney, a managing attorney, Jay Chaudhry, actually is a task force member, and I thought he was there for compliance. I had no idea why he was part of this expert team, and within 2 sessions, I found out really fast. See all the license issue, the debt, the child support, all those things that I had in early recovery, I thought those were relationship and bad driving issues. I had no idea that those were civil legal issues. And more importantly, that there was a solution to those problems that were legal solutions. And so I got asked to come and present to the task force last year. With some other state leaders, and after that, an offer was extended to sit on the task force. And I've been really grateful to get to go around the country and listen to some amazing work being done, and hopefully being part of being able to put together this report that can help other people. A byproduct of it, we've been able to, Indiana Legal Services and my organization were able to start a project, Civil Legal Aid in Recovery, to do some of the things we're talking about. And the hope is this will become a blueprint for other LSC grantees across the country to see how we can use this infrastructure and the recovery infrastructure to deliver these vital services. So I appreciate everybody's engagement in this. It really, really means a lot to me and the people that we serve.